Hello, my friends. This is Jovanka from jovankatiaris.com. Welcome to another live episode of the Reclaiming Wellness broadcast. I am here today to talk about cauliflower because there's a big craze about cauliflower. We're actually now afraid of rice and we're eating cauliflower all day long. But is it actually good for you? We're also going to be talking about an amazing herb that's just great for your heart, not just for your physical heart, but for your emotional heart as well. We were going to talk in vegan news about what vegans really miss the most at the very beginning when they actually starting their plant-based journey and how they feel months after the fact, because we are all human and we are all here having human experiences that happen to be imperfect. And then finally, I have a wonderful announcement. So let me put my eyes and let's get started. So the first topic I wanted to share is, let's start with the herb, because it's so amazing. I certainly hope I don't mess this up. So this is all about the impressive benefit of Hawthorn berry. As you see here, the hawthorn berries they're this teeny tiny red fruit that you'll see in this image here. They're really amazing. They've been used for hundreds of years as a heart tonic, and they are really good at strengthening the heart muscle, allowing more oxygenated blood to pump and do a better job at pumping blood from one side to the other and turn it into oxygenated blood. And certainly is really good at mending a broken heart, or at least that's the anecdotal evidence. We really don't have any evidence that shows whether or not this berry will help us mend a broken heart, but for hundreds of years people have used it. So we want to also pay attention to the anecdotal evidence out there. But with respect to what science is saying today, we know that the berries are loaded with antioxidants, like most berries out there. They have this polyphenol, which is this compound found in a lot of these berries, especially the tiny ones, that fight free radicals, fight the things in your body that will make you sick, will potentially expose you to conditions that will lead to inflammation, acidity and inflammation, and eventually make you potentially very ill. There have been some studies showing that it can help you lower blood pressure and help you reduce cholesterol levels. So this is where it actually works with your heart, right? Reducing the things in your heart or whatever has been happening in your heart that is actually detrimental, and making it really stronger in a matter of just weeks with regular use. There's some studies showing that it's actually a digestive aid. I've used Hawthorn many times. I have with clients, and I have never heard of anybody saying that they're actually helping with digestion. But there's been some very small studies that show that it can actually increase the time or decrease the time in between bowel movements, allowing you to have a more effective digestive process. The anti-aging properties, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo about anti-aging. I'm just going to skip that for now. This is the one that it's sort of closer to that ideal of helping you mend a broken heart, right? That anxiety level that might manifest as sadness, or that sadness that might manifest as anxiety can be, reduced with the use of Hawthorn. And then it actually treats heart failure. So for people that are of a certain age and the heart is actually, losing its ability to properly pump blood, there's been multiple studies suggesting that hawthorn berry may help reduce the effect of heart failure, and eventually, potentially, with diet and lifestyle in combination with some of these herbs, reverse it. Dr. Esselstyn, there's a handful of other doctors out there, their names escape me now, but they are incredible at showing you how the use of plants and foods and certain lifestyle activities can actually help you reduce your ability to, or potentially the 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 problems that you could potentially have with heart disease. So moving on from the herb, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I think this is the one, right? Yes. So this is a all about this cauliflower craze, right? Like people, we are really excited about using cauliflower these days. It is being put in pizza. It is, we're making pasta out of it. We're definitely replacing rice for cauliflower. And I've actually tried it and I love it. It's really yummy. I dress it with all kind, mix it with quinoa. I dress it with my beans. I dress it with sauces. I make it my own so that it's actually palatable, because cauliflower doesn't really have a lot of flavor. So it takes a lot of flavor from other foods. So it's really a really fun type of food that it's also very dynamic and has a lot of viability. The problem is, I've come in the last couple of months, I have actually had 5 or 6 clients telling me, I'm trying to lose weight and I'm doing this keto thing, this paleo thing. I'm just replacing rice with cauliflower rice, and it's making me really, really gassy. Or some people will tell me, I'm a vegan and I just don't do chicken wings, but it was the Super Bowl or it was some sort of party and I just had these cauliflower wings and my stomach was destroyed for hours. The truth of the matter is that this is an article that I found from a dietitian that she mentions, and this is the part that is important for you to note. This is a cruciferous vegetable, and a lot of cruciferous vegetables, actually, I believe most of them, have raffinose, which is a type of carbohydrate that has a lot of non-digestible fiber. And it's really hard on a lot of people's stomachs. It can cause gas. It can cause distended inflammation in the upper GI tract, leading to bloating and indigestion, the feelings of indigestion. That is especially true if you're the kind that normally does not eat a high fiber diet, and now all of a sudden you add all this fiber into your diet and you don't drink a lot of water, and everything is getting stuck, right? It's as if you were putting a broom inside your body to try to, sweep things out, but the broom is now stuck because there's no way. Everything is actually really, really narrow down there, and you need water. Remember, you are 70% water. You are not 70% soda or 70% coffee. So it is critical that you take water, and this is not the kind of thing that can be solved in a matter of a day or two. This is something that you have to do week after week, month after month, for you to start noticing a difference. So all the people that take excessive amounts of fiber, when they go from taking almost no fiber to taking a lot of fiber without paying attention to their water intake, are going to have similar problems. My suggestion then would be to start drinking water, half of your body weight in ounces of water. That's what you need to take. And do that for 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row, and then slowly increase your intake of fibrous foods, or foods that are really, really dense in fiber. Fiber is an important nutrient. You absolutely need it. It's what is the broom of the body, right? It's what actually helps you get rid of plaque and free radicals and toxins and pollutants that don't belong in your body. But without the water, the two of them are incredibly important, and they need to be together in this particular scenario. You absolutely have to work with them in tandem. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of issues. Moving on to the next topic of the day, and is what vegans think. So this is just a fun exercise. It's just, like I get that a lot now that I'm actually doing a lot of media appearances. People are asking me all the time, do you miss anything when you became a vegan? And the truth of the matter is that I was a part-time vegan for a few years. In the winter time, I would go back to eating some fish or something that was warming, or some, dairy, and then in the summer and spring I would go back to being a vegan. Eventually I moved away from that and became 100% plant-based. And part of the reason for that is because I missed the meat. I will be the first one to admit it. So a lot of vegans were asked the same question, and a lot of them said that cheese was a big thing. They all missed the cheese. I personally didn't miss the cheese because I wasn't a big cheese person to begin with. I would have cheese once a month. So all of a sudden, going from once a month to never, it was not a big deal. But I understand that cheese is salty, is fatty, is tasty, and people will miss it. So, being honest about yourself is actually an important piece. And then chocolate was another thing, which I found really interesting because there's a lot of dairy-free chocolate out there, and chocolate by definition is plant. It's a plant food. So I don't know why people were having so many issues with it, but alas, there's a lot of options out there, so you don't need to worry too much about it. And then neutral opinions. So this is not an edible answer, but it was hard at the beginning when people would have all kinds of different, I guess different reactions to the word vegan. Oh my God, are you vegan? How do you get your protein? And it became a whole thing. And so, and then, if you were at a party, at a dinner party, or you were sitting at a table with somebody, then all of a sudden the important topic of conversation became all about your diet. And the truth of the matter is that it could get annoying after a minute. So I don't ever tell people that I am vegan. I sit on a table and I order what I need to order. And most of the time, people don't pay attention to what you're ordering unless they want to eat from your plate. And that's not the case for most of us. So sometimes people will notice and will look at the plate and be like, oh, I noticed that you ordered this and you ordered that and you avoided this other thing on the menu. Why is that? And then I'll mention it. And I immediately change the topic unless I am in a group where people are open to the conversation, because as you probably know about me, I am not a proselytizer. I do not like people that are trying to convert others into anything and everything, fill in the blanks, politics, religion, food, anything else. My job is to educate you, inspire you, and help you make the right choices that work for you. So and then nothing at all. Some people were saying, not only at the very beginning, but also months later, they realized that they really didn't miss it that much, that it wasn't really that big a deal. So, and that was my case. At the beginning, it was hard for me. Moving forward a few months to it, I was like, I do miss it, but it's not the end of the world. And now I'm kind of like, now there's so many options out there that you don't even need to worry too much about missing anything. If you miss, the taste of meat, you can just have an Impossible Burger. If you miss something else, you can have some sauteed mushrooms and have that chewy texture. And there's so many options out there. It's actually very easy. The last thing I wanted to share, let me just stop this so that I know where I am. I'm going to stop that and I'm going to stop this. Great. The last thing I wanted to share was about my new book, Reclaiming Wellness, Ancient Wisdom for Your Healthy, Happy, and Beautiful Life. This has been a 2-year in the making, beautiful labor of love. That's my video there. I'm not going to play for you because it's like 3 minutes and we've been here now for 15 minutes. But this page will show you a little bit about the book. The book explores the multicultural roots of the very popular wellness practices today, in hopes that the people that don't embrace these practices today can learn that those practices came from them and from their ancestry. And if you reclaim the practices of your ancestry, then hopefully you can too reclaim your natural and rightful state of wellness. So the book comes out in just a few weeks. These are just amazing words from amazing people. And then a little bit about my bio, which you probably all know about. And that's the big announcement. The book is coming out in just a few days, April 19th. And what I'm going to do is to celebrate this next week, the week of April 18th. I'm going to go on IG and do read from the book, little passages from the book to celebrate every single day. There's 8 categories or 7 categories of wellness practices. So I'm going to take one from each day and then share some passages with you. And then the week of April 25th, I'm going to come to YouTube Live every single day and also share parts of the book so that hopefully you get to love it. Grab a copy and embrace some of these time and science tested practices. This has been an incredible labor of love. I am really, really proud of it. And I hope that you enjoy it too. Thank you so much for listening. This is my video for today. Make sure that you share this video with all of your friends all over the internet and that you subscribe. And if you have any questions, make sure that you left them in the comments below and that you subscribe for more tips and a jolt of motivation for your healthy, happy, and beautiful life. See you soon. And get a copy of